Wow, huge breakouts on Monday. Wild stuff. The markets right now, people are seeing green in their portfolios for the first time in a whole month. And AMC's not the only thing looking good. Now the pre-market is open currently while I'm filming this, and AMC's sitting at $11.77. What do you know? It's up just a few percent pre-market currently. And for the YouTube trading portfolio update, AMC's not the only position in the green anymore. Accumulating on those dips, lowering the NAKD cost basis down to 71 cents. Patience has paid off here. The share price is now 73 cents. It's up 2%. Not bad. For GameStop, there's been a lot of sideways consolidation, a lot of chop, some fake out breakouts as well. We're going to talk about that on the charts, but to start, these are the TradingView AMC indicators, and they're actually putting in a lot of buy signals still on the shorter time frames and higher time frames. Excuse me. So we're going to breeze through some charts, give you a little overview of what happened on Monday and where things are looking to go. Keep you one step ahead of the market. So this is a daily AMC chart, and we've had this resistance here for a while, so it's no surprise that's where the candle closed. It did close just ever so slightly on top of here, on top of the yellow horizontal line, and what that's going to mean is hopefully the price does indeed open here on Tuesday. When the market's open, hold this line as support and head up from here. Now if it does, after this bullish engulfing candle, which is a bullish signal, okay, for a long, it's going to be pushing up into this purple consolidation zone. And that's from about $13 all the way to $14.50. And the real strong resistance is going to be up here at these green and orange dash lines. That's going to be about $15 psychological. After that, we are aiming for midterm $20 old local high target up here on the first squeeze breakout. If AMC can push beyond $20 at some point, it is looking to go at least as high as the old all-time high. Back here at $35, that's the bigger picture of things. The daily RSI looks great as well. It has indeed bounced off this trend line. It's looking to continue at the moment. That aligns with the TradingView indicators. So there's another chart pattern that we've been analyzing as time goes on. We have this parallel ascending channel. And currently AMC is right about testing there. So I didn't draw any of these lines recently. These have been on the charts for weeks, these yellow lines, and it's respecting that right now. So it is seeing a little bit of resistance there, but hopefully AMC is bullish enough with the momentum and hype surrounding it right now that it just pops right on through here. I don't want to see AMC slow down too much in this area for very long. I'd like to see it really continue on a strong breakout recovery move here. And this is the day trading chart for AMC. So I'll just point out the short-term targets for day traders. So we're hoping and looking for it to hold here on the opening and then push up into this golden zone, and the top of that's going to be about $12.50. Short-term day trading target up there, and then it may come back down to the bottom of the box before making any other decisions. It could retrace as low as about $11 here amongst all this support down below before heading up into the gold area. You'll have to watch it when the market's open. So for GameStop, it did pump a lot after hours on Monday. Here's the close on Monday, okay? It actually got rejected from this resistance, and it held up this other yellow one below. as support instead of retesting the breakout on this resistance. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, we were projecting this possibility with this blue line here, this blue squiggly line, because this whole entire red zone, this whole red box, is actually a resistance bearish box. So indeed, once it returned, the price action returned inside of that box, it did shoot up thereafter and after hours, okay, to just under $200, just underneath this green line here, or just about right here. So it actually followed this blue projection after hours. So what's next? Well, it's likely it's gonna retrace at least down to the bottom of this bear box area. If it does continue from here, keep in mind it is moving very quickly. So what you're gonna be watching for on a breakout is this golden breakout box above here, and that's just above $200. So GameStop, to continue bullishly, really needs to get to about $207 here. That's really the main level I would like to see it surpass before any kind of real signal confirmation on a long entry here for higher targets and swing trading. For day trading, there's been a lot of opportunities up and down, but for swing trading, it's a little on the edge right now. The RSI is very overbought up here in profit taking areas. It easily could retrace. This is just the day trading chart, keep in mind. But even so, the 4 hour actually has some way to go still. That's not too bad for the bulls, but the 1 hour is quite high at the moment. So be careful in the markets open. It might get rejected off this $200 resistance. This has been the main resistance on our chart this whole time, okay? It's great to see GameStop finally testing that area. I'm happy about that. It's been kind of in a sleeping phase back here. Not a whole lot of profit opportunities. Now we're starting to see some bigger movements here, so if that does continue to push outside of this upper resistance on the gigantic magic wedge, it's gonna look primed and ready to go. It's a little bit early still because it hasn't retested. Usually it'll break out and then retest and confirm that breakout as support. That trend line, it hasn't quite done that yet. Now this was just our first projection of the trend line, because placing it this way lines up nicely with the next earnings. Keep that on the radar. Next earnings for GameStop's coming up May 27th, and that's going to be from January, February, March, and April of 2021. So 4 months cycle here on the earnings is going to be more relevant than the last earnings that took place. That was somewhat outdated information during the pandemic. So interestingly enough, the apex of the triangle is almost exactly at the earnings coming up there. So perhaps we will see some sort of movement before the earnings and then a breakout going into it, or a breakout now leading into the earnings and then a retracement thereafter. I suspect one of the two scenarios to play out. We're not certain which one just yet. A beginner mistake is actually going to be drawing the trend line like this. So here's just to reiterate the strong hard resistance at $200 here. This chart was on my phone actually. I drew it a long time ago just on my phone. A simple chart. It's all we needed here apparently. Got perfectly rejected from that line. So Here's the thing, there's gonna be beginner mistakes attempting to draw this wedge. Long-time viewers are gonna remember this, but I haven't drawn this in quite some time. Now, taking this whole breakout area in the past to $500 is difficult to come up with any solid analysis based off this chop. Well, what I'm actually gonna do, instead of using the top up here of the wick, that extreme price action, I'm actually gonna circle all of it, and there we are, and I'll use the center for a rough estimate of this whole area. And doing that, I'm actually gonna move the top trend line to start there. Okay, so that's gonna be the starting point of our wedge. This is the real wedge. I'm gonna put it about here, lined up with this previous area too, this other local top. And what that does, it actually puts the wedge exactly where the price is right now during the after hour pump, up just underneath $200 here. It's testing that wedge right here. Be very careful, at least short term it's gonna have some resistance there. It could take a little dip and test it again. It's a little early. We need to see it clear out of this wedge very concisely. NAKD is moving though. This is a solid breakout here. It's looking to continue. It just barely hit this first purple box. It's having a little resistance there, but it is looking good. It's absolutely trending upwards and looking to find a bottom at this hot beverage down here, back down at 45 cents. That was a great entry. I think we might have nailed the bottom on that, because once it gets into these purple zones, it's going to start moving even quicker. It could really start pumping once it gets back into this upper one, because this is the original buy box. This isn't a consolidation, this is a buy box up here. Just about $1. So once it hits that, it could really fly out of there. Other assets look nice too. Castor Maritime, this giant falling wedge pattern is playing out. So hopefully we see an extension outside of that soon as well. It is absolutely heading in that direction, zooming way in. It's following our prediction on the breakout here, so I like the look of that. And it is pushing outside of this buy box as well. This purple buy box, it's on top of there. Outside, it's looking to go up from here. Nokia also, it looks really nice. It has a rounded bottom, a gigantic rounding bottom on this 1 hour chart here. And I think any day, it's hard to say when, but any day it could really pump. Can really fly up out of here as well. So they're all primed and ready to go. All these charts I've been showing you for a couple weeks now. That's why I've been showing them so often, is because they have massive opportunity here. Even on Nokia, could see a nice 50%, 30%, 50%. Looks great. Okay, and IDEX, don't forget about IDEX, is also on top of its moving averages. I like the look of that. It had some nice uptrend yesterday, intraday. It hasn't moved very much, but it's doing what we want it to. Okay, so even if I go out to a 4 hour chart, it's just starting to go on top of this red moving average. So it's gonna test this next one most likely up around $3 here, and hopefully break outside of that as well, find some support and really go on some sort of bull run here over the mid to long term, heading back up towards $5. And CCIV Bay, the magic circle amazingly has really played out now. I wasn't so sure if it was going to maintain any sort of relevance, but the more we've analyzed it, the longer we've had it on the chart, and we've also adjusted it about 2 or 3 times here over the past couple weeks. And I haven't moved it now for probably a week. And once it got inside this pink high intensity area, it absolutely started running. And now it's just about to break outside of the magic circle. So if it does pump up there, it's looking to go to the top of its buy box as well real soon. And that's up north towards $27 up north. Okay, that's a great short-term target. And thereafter, we're looking to go to $45 area for a midterm target, and then a more long-term target up near $65.